The NFL Today on CBS is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And folks, we now take you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Colts and the Chiefs. Let's take you out to Kansas City with our announcers, Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson.
It is desperate times around Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes at 5-5 on the season. Taking on the surprise story of the year in Daniel Jones and the 8-2 Indianapolis Colts. What a raucous afternoon it's going to be at Arrowhead. The CBS Sports is proud to present this matchup between the Colts and the Chiefs. Coming your way on a clear sky day here in Kansas City. You look at the playoff picture, the Colts along with Denver and New England, all with only 2 losses. Kansas City currently on the outside of the playoffs, looking in the 9th position. It's shocking for so many to digest that. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz with Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. You really look at these teams and you go into this game today and say, I want to see, are the Colts for real? And are the Chiefs going to figure out a way to right the course?
This is the litmus test for the Colts right now. You've got the 3-time Super Bowl guys that are every year, AFC Championship every year on the ropes. Can you throw the haymaker, knock them out, and show everyone we are for real? But you got to go through Mahomes and Kansas City here in Arrowhead. This is going to be a great one.
So for Mahomes and the Chiefs, what are your expectations for them bouncing back, getting it home today after 2 losses on the road at Buffalo and Denver?
Well, he's got to play better. I think right now you see it. The interception last week really cost them down in the red zone. But I do think his sense of urgency is there. He's going to empty the bucket today. Expect him to use his legs, get the ball down the field. I expect him to bring a performance.
And this guy has been something to watch. He had over 200 yards last week. They rushed for 323 yards in that game against the Falcons their last time out.
Yeah, game goes through him. You got to get him the ball. And you'll see on Wayfair here.
Let's take a look, Tony. Speaking of Wayfair, who brings it home? Presented by Wayfair.
Nice play there, and who brings it home is going to be the determining factor in the game. Which Daniel Jones we see? The guy earlier in the year, the guy just been a little rusty lately. They need to play more man coverage. Why you go get Sauce Gardner, Ward coming back? They can do that now against the Chiefs. Chiefs commit to the run. If they just impose their will, they can win this game. And the way they do that is also on the defensive line. Contain Jonathan Taylor. Talking to you, Chris Jones. This is going to be your game.
You've been saying for the last several weeks they got to commit to the run. By the way, Isaiah Pacheco is inactive yet again today. Still out with the knee injury. Colts and Chiefs. It's a big one, and it's heading your way in a moment on CBS. These 2 quarterbacks, Mahomes and Jones, are first and second in the league in passing yards per game, led by Daniel Jones in the top position. They're about to square off. Colts, Chiefs, final game coming up on CBS. Big time atmosphere here at Arrowhead, GEHA Field. Before kickoff, we bring it over to Tracy Wolfson. Hello, Trace.
Patrick, you guys are fighting for your playoff lives. How would you describe the sense of urgency today?
Yeah, I mean, it's high. You got to go out there and play your best football. This is a great team we're going up against. I'm excited for the opportunity. Let's go do it.
You're facing a Lou Anarumo-led defense that you have struggled against. What will be the key to getting into an offensive rhythm today?
You got to just take it one play at a time. Keep getting positive plays and then find a way to score in the red zone.
Good luck today.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, Trey. So the Chiefs will be kicking off as the Colts won the toss, and they want the football on a 54-degree day and sunshine. It was thick fog up until about 2 hours ago. I thought we might have the second coming of the fog bowl, but man, it has cleared out. It's bright sunshine. We're ready to roll here, Tony.
It is thick with pressure, too.
Yes, sir.
There's a sense of urgency, and you know it. The fate of Kansas City's season, I believe, will be determined today.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Capital One. What's in your wallet? And by Burger King. At BK, have it your way. You rule.
Kansas City comes into this game with its worst record through 10 games since 2015. The Chiefs, you've heard the story, they can't win the close games. They used to be unbeatable.
Yep.
They had 17 straight, including 12-0 last year, regular and post and one-score games. But things are cracking now. 0-5 on the season, worst in the league in one-score results. Their 5 wins, by the way, all by double digits.
This is crazy.
Yeah, how about this? They're plus 73 scoring margin-wise, but they're 5-5.
No.
This week, NFL players are wearing custom cleats through My Cause My Cleats to spotlight the causes closest to their hearts. Visit NFL.com/MyCauseMyCleats to learn their stories, bid on the cleats, and support the charities making a difference in communities. It's a wonderful thing the league is doing.
It is.
So many creative, artistic ways to raise awareness to much-needed philanthropic efforts. Out 5. Down to Tracy.
Well, Jim, I am honored to be participating in My Cause, My Cleats this year, wearing sneakers that is supporting the Making Headway Foundation. I will be auctioning these off, and all proceeds will go to helping families who have a child diagnosed with a brain or spinal cord tumor. And Jim, I know you're raising awareness as well.
Yeah, it's a special thing, that's for sure. Well done, Tracy. The cleats that I had designed by a great young lady, Claire Miller, and a couple of her friends and board members up in Northern Virginia at Paul VI High School, Angelina and Tegan. They designed these shoes, TOKC, Triumph Over Kids Cancer, in honor of a wonderful young man, James Reagan, out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Before he lost the battle, wanted to find a way to make sure that the next kid was taken care of. And those shoes will be auctioned off at the TOKC website. Here's the handoff on 3rd and 1. Adam Shine, over to you, buddy.
Jim Nance, Tony Romo, TJ Watt sacks Caleb Williams, results in a Steelers touchdown. TJ now has more career sacks than JJ. How about that? 14-7 Pittsburgh. Back to you.
For another update, which means Adam Shine, it's all yours.
Jim, Tony, it's a Drake May pick 6. 32 yards by Geno Stone. How about this score? 10-0 Bengals, leading the Patriots early second. Back to you.
Okay, so
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive. Coverage you can count on. Progressive.com. McDonald's. And by Prime. Shopping, streaming, savings. It's on Prime.
the American Jazz Museum, located in historic 18th and Vine District here in Kansas City. The sounds of jazz, which was born in the 1920s, continues its legacy today, but the rhythm and sounds of this Kansas City offense has gone flat.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lowe's. Tackle your to-do list early with Lowe's to earn your Sunday. And by Taco Bell.
We've got the Verizon halftime report coming up. JB and the crew, they've been monitoring all the games that include the likes of the Jets beating Baltimore at the moment late in the first half, and the Giants 10 up on Detroit in the second quarter. All that coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Back to Jones and that change in scenery and what it's done for him as we got a timeout here by the Chiefs.
It's what a difference a year makes. You said he was all the way down, right?
Bottomed out.
Teams asked for a trade, goes over there. You get with Kevin O'Connell. All of a sudden you start to see how this can work. It's not like he didn't have some good coaching before, because he did, but now all of a sudden it shows you, and look at the difference. You go to a really good team as well, right? That helps. But his development, quarterbacks learn under guys. We saw it with Baker Mayfield when he goes to Sean McVay. Now all of a sudden he thinks about the game differently, gets over there to Tampa, succeeds. Sam Darnold same way. But now he needs a big play here on 3rd down.
3rd and 1 it is.
Likelihood of a fumble is more likely for the other team to score than you.
So now they can officially head to the locker room. The Colts with the lead at 14-9. And we go to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot. And, Coach, a missed opportunity there. How do you turn those field goals into touchdowns?
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We're driving the ball down the field. We just got to get touchdowns instead of field goals. Mistake on the first one, and then that one, there was a hurry-up deal. So I'm glad Butker's making them.
In terms of the offensive rhythm of the Colts, how do you disrupt that?
Well, you tackle and you get to the quarterback, right? I mean, that's one of the things we've got to do. Do a little tighter job on the back end.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, Tracy.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Indianapolis 14 and Kansas City 9. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
Here are the first half highlights presented by State Farm.
We've got a couple of Daniel Jones touchdown passes. Kansas City countering with 3. Harrison Butker field goals. Big drive to start the 3rd quarter coming up. Chiefs will be receiving the football.
Huge drive right here. I mean, they did their job to get 3 points there at the end, but I feel like right now, this is now you learn the scheme of each team. And Shane Steichen, he exhausted all this cool stuff. Got to tell these guys who haven't had many catches, and a couple of them had none, and even a touchdown. But I feel like right now, Jonathan Taylor is the difference maker. If he can run the ball in the second half, Kansas City did a good job laying it on the line, trying to slow him down. That also created some big opportunities, but all the cool plays are gone for Indianapolis now. Daniel Jones, it's going to be your time, possibly in the second half.
Kareem Hunt outrushed Taylor 50 to 22 yards in that first half. And Thornton with the return to the 30, and earlier Tracy caught up with Shane Steichen.
Well, as Lou just told me when he walked out, make them kick field goals. You've been able to do that. You have an offensive rhythm. What more do you need to see in the second half?
Well, I think getting the takeaways, we got the takeaway to start the game, try to get more of those in the second half, and then just maintain the drives on offense. We've been moving it pretty good. We've had four opportunities there, but just, finish with touchdowns offensively.
How about in terms of cleaning up the penalties?
Yeah, I mean, the first drive was the biggest one for us offensively, so we get those things cleaned up and we go from there.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
All right, to start the 3rd quarter, the pass thrown in the direction of Worthy, incomplete.
And that's big right there. Just the drive starter gets the momentum, emotion of everything, but Sauce Gardner, tight coverage, makes the throw tough.
Mahomes in that first half, 66%, 117 yards. And that interception on the first possession of the game that led to a Jones touchdown pass to Pittman.
The difference in the game so far. The red zone for Kansas City, they've got to score touchdowns. Can't turn the ball over. They need to also create a turnover, Jim.
It's time for Adam Shine in New York.
Jim, Tony, the Ravens take the lead for the first time today. Derrick Henry pounds it in. 10-7 Baltimore over the Jets. Early 3rd. Back to you.
All right, Adam. Jets.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. Imagine that. Chili's 3 for Me, the best $10.99 you can eat. And by Allstate, you're in good hands.
Good look at Kansas City with all its rolling hills and parks and fountains. Beautiful city, very underrated.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. It feels good to Geico. And by Valspar Paint, made for more.
You had a look inside the Chiefs Hall of Honor, including their 4 Lombardi trophies. Update time. Adam Shine in New York.
Jim, Tony, take a look at this. Mike Kafka in his bag. Next level trickeration. This is Gunnar Olszewski throwing to Jameis Winston. Look at those moves. Are you kidding me? The Giants lead Detroit by 10. Back to you.
That is crazy. Jameis Winston looked like a wide out there, didn't he? All right, folks. Thursday at 4:30 Eastern, the NFL on CBS sets the table for a Thanksgiving football feast. Mahomes and the Chiefs travel to Dallas to duel Dak and the Cowboys, beginning with the NFL today, and then Sunday another NFL on CBS doubleheader featuring a late afternoon showdown between the Bills and Steelers. And once again with the NFL today, leading it off at noon Eastern, right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. The Chiefs and the Cowboys on Thursday. The Chiefs returned to their birth city when they were the Dallas Texans, and back to the area where Patrick Mahomes was born. We talked to him this week about it. He's so excited to go back. Of one. This playoff picture, it is so different. It's so, in some minds, almost like upside down. You look at the upstarts like Denver and New England, Indianapolis. Pittsburgh's down 10, by the way, at Chicago right now. Chargers on a bye. Buffalo lost to Houston. And there's Kansas City. Tony, a loss here if they weren't to pull this one out. 5-6. With the win by Baltimore 23-10. 5 straight wins now for the Ravens. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson on site here in Kansas City, where the Chiefs have trailed from the get-go. They were in fact down 11 at what time, scoring a touchdown earlier in this fourth quarter, plus the 2-point conversion.
After review, the ball will be placed at the 45-yard line, first down, Kansas City.
So all of that was stoppage of play over where to spot it, and they were about a foot away from the 45, and they move it up as you see the playoff picture. And as murky and as unpredictable as it is, look at this, by the way. Baltimore with its win and Pittsburgh's loss. The Ravens have come all the way back from the bottom, from the cellar in the AFC North, to take the current lead in that division. Good. Kansas City survives. And they are still in the mix in the AFC.
He's still here. Shane Steichen, Colts, you guys are for real. I'm telling you right now, that was a performance. In a lot of ways, you should have won this game. But Kansas City finally winning a one-score game when their backs were against the wall. They did it.
Colts with just their 3rd loss of the year. Butker.
Perfect.
Five for 5 on the day. And the Colts controlled for most of the way, and then all of a sudden at the end, their last 4 offensive possessions didn't even get a first down.
You're exactly right. This is the mantra, the template, the formula. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, you guys do it. Steve Spagnuolo will take care of you when it counts as well. But there's still a lot of games left now, Jim. If they lost, I'd be like, sorry, I don't really think this is going to turn out well. Yep. Now I'm like, we're watching every game going forward.
There's the current playoff picture. You look at Kansas City, they're still on the outside in the hunt. Actually, they dropped from 9th to 10th, even with the win, but lined up with those other 6 and 5 teams. There's Jacksonville in the wild card line that beaten Kansas City head-to-head, and Buffalo ahead of them, who also beat the Chiefs. This was your point about how they've lost to teams that would have them in a tiebreak.
Correct. That's why these were must-wins.
Coming up, the State Farm postgame show for Tony, Tracy, and Gene. Jim Nantz saying so long from Kansas City. Chiefs finally win a close one. Coming back from 11 down to take it back to New York for all the scores and highlights right after this.